I genuinely cannot believe that I'm about to say this, but the New York Knicks are up 3-1 on the Boston Celtics. What? If you told me that that would be the score of this series after 4 games, I would sock you in the mouth. I did not, as much of a Knicks fan as I am, I did not expect that at all. I don't know if anybody did. I don't know if the most delusional Knicks fan thought that we were going to be up 3-1, but here it is. Yeah, great game by both teams. The Celtics came out in the first half and couldn't miss a shot. It was a classic Derek White magnet ball game. We knew we were going to get one, and here it was. And I could not stand watching it. It is terrible to watch. Just a terrible feeling. Because every time he shoots, you just know that shit is going in, and there is nothing you can do about it, and that sucks always. That always sucks if any player, unless he's on my team, obviously. Jason Tatum finally had his legacy game, which I know Celtics fans were waiting for a while. Who else played well for them? I think a big issue for them this entire series really has been Jaylen Brown. He's just not playing to the level that I feel like he usually does. And I've been saying this for this whole season, actually. I feel like Jaylen Brown, I don't want to say regressed, but he's not playing like he did last year in the playoffs. That's all I'll say. Yeah, Derek White, great game. Jason Tatum finally had his superstar game of this series. It sucks what happened to him. You always hate to see a player go down like that, and even I hate it because it's like, I don't know. I'm one of those. I want to beat the Celtics at full strength. Like, I don't want an asterisk next to the series. If we come out winning the series, I don't want an asterisk next to it being, oh, their best player tore their Achilles, which is what I think it is. There's no news on it. I think Joe Mazzulla said that they are getting an MRI on it tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, I'll pray for him. I hope the best for Jason Tatum. That being said, I do not agree with the sentiment that is the only reason the Knicks won this game, because I think that is absolutely bullcrap. Jason Tatum, first of all, had 42 points. It's not like he got hurt in the first quarter when he was hot or something. He had 42. If you can't, maybe somebody else score. Also, the Knicks were up. I think they were up 9 when he went down, if I remember correctly. I think he went down, and OG's dunk on the play he went down on was 9. But OG's getting that dunk no matter what because he stole the ball and was off by the time Tatum went down. So they were up 9 when he got injured. Not a lot of time was left. The Knicks probably pulled this one out anyways. But it does suck to see Tatum go down, and I do pray for a fast recovery, and I pray that there's nothing totally wrong with him. Who else played well? Porzingis had a couple good putbacks, and he was really getting after it on the glass, but other than that, he wasn't that great. He is so weird. Like, what the hell is going on with Kristaps Porzingis? I think the main issue was Jaylen Brown, man. You just need better production from him offensively, and they win this game. That's it for the Celtics, really. They played well. They played well all game. They had a little magnet ball going in the first half. And then once they came back to earth, Knicks were able to put together a few runs. And the Celtics held on for a while on those runs, but in the fourth, Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson could not miss a shot. And eventually the Celtics are going to miss a shot. The teams were going run for run pretty much. And New York came out on top in that battle. I want to start off with OG Anunoby, which I know isn't normal. OG Anunoby, man, 20 points, and very good defensively for us. This is the type of game we need for him and Mikal Bridges. When him and Mikal Bridges are scoring, we can play with any team, and I full-heartedly have believed that since this roster was constructed, because I know Brunson's going to get his points, and while Cat has been a lot more iffy than I believed, I believe Cat will get his points. Like, I believe in Cat and Brunson. I need Mikal and OG to be consistent. If they are consistent 20-point scorers, we can play with any team in the NBA. We can play with them all. We can play with OKC. We can play with OKC if they score like that. Mitchell Robinson gave us a lot of good minutes. It's not really showing up in the box score, but some of those offensive rebounds, man, were huge. I know he had a sick offensive rebound. He kind of dribbled it out, hand off to Deuce. Deuce three-pointer. Deuce, drain it. It's a huge play. Mitchell Robinson gave us huge minutes tonight, and I'm happy for him. I'm so happy for Mitch, man, because I love Mitch, and he was getting some bad slander here. What else? Deuce gave some good minutes. Campaign gave some terrible minutes, as did Precious. We really need those guys to be better because we pretty much just played 7 deep. I would like to get one more bench player who is capable. Campaign's capable when he's hot, but if he's not hot, he is not really worth anything. So we need someone else. Josh Hart, always showing heart and hustling, and you know, what can you say? He had the average Josh Hart game, 6, 5, and 9. That's pretty standard Josh Hart. Karl Anthony Towns had a very good game in my opinion. He started out a little bit slow, and then he was getting hacked a lot, and I want to talk about that later. That'll be a later point of this video. But he was getting hacked a lot. He was getting pissed off, and I think once he got pissed off, he started rolling a little bit. But it just took him a little bit. Now, who it did not take a little bit is Brunson. Jalen Brunson was balling this entire game, and I really wish he hit that last foul shot so that we could have 40 and 12. It's just a lot nicer than 39 and 12, and I could push a 40-point double-double agenda. But 39 and 12, basically 40 and 12. What a game. And he was hooping the entire time. It wasn't one of those Brunson games where he's cold in the first half and then the third and fourth quarter he's taken over. The first half, he kept them in the game, to be honest. He was keeping them in the game. Him and Mikal, I think, were keeping them in the game. So you get that out of him. You love that. You love that from Jalen. And he's just, man, like I said this in my game 3 reaction, or my game 2 reaction. I didn't react to game 3 because I was pissed off and I went to bed. Sorry. Yes, I went to bed at like 5 or whenever it ended, 5, 6. I was tired. I am just not worried if I deem the game winnable because we have Jalen Brunson, and that is a luxury that, as a Knicks fan, I haven't felt in a long time. That is a luxury that a lot of NBA teams don't feel. So Knicks, don't let it, get to your head. Don't take it for granted, basically, is what I'm saying. He just always seems to rise to the occasion, and thank you, Jalen Brunson, for that. Other than that, some other points, and I want to talk about the refereeing of this game. It felt very one-sided in the first half. Definitely cleaned it up a little bit in the second half, but it was still felt like it was leaning the Celtics' way. I don't know if I'm being a homer or not, but the first half was one-sided. The Knicks shot their first free throws. It was Brunson. And he shot them like a minute left in the second quarter. That was their first free throws of the game. By that point, Boston had 15. How is the team that is chucking threes the whole game and shooting threes the whole game, not chucking, sorry, they were good looks. They were shooting the ball well. How is a team that is shooting threes the whole game, though, getting more calls than a team that has been driving most of the game, which the Knicks were? The Knicks were driving a lot. It just doesn't make sense. Cat was getting mugged in the paint and nothing was being called, which is what set him off, and he finally started playing well. But, that's bullshit. Cat should be getting to the line and not have to be tackled for it. He's getting fouled. Cat is getting fouled every time he gets the ball in the paint. I beg you to go look at it when it happens, because it is infuriating to me, and it's probably infuriating to him, and it's probably infuriating to every Knicks fan ever. It is infuriating to watch, and I just can't stand for that. I'm okay if you want to not call any fouls, but you have to do it for both sides. You cannot call ticky-tacky fouls on us and then nothing on the other team. That's how I work. I understand that some referees let things go in the playoffs, and I get that, but you got to let things go for both teams, because we would tap on Jaylen Brown's shoulder and they would call foul. And then Karl Anthony Towns got hugged a few times and there was no call. Karl Anthony Towns got pushed to the ground on a layup and there was no call. So That's my refs rant. It would have been longer if they lost this game, but they won, so the refs get a pass. They don't have to deal with me for today, but they were terrible. Knicks are up 3-1, man. I really can't believe it. I want to make a video tomorrow covering the entire round 2, because I haven't really covered any other series but the Knicks, sorry. But when my teams are involved, I'm blind. This is probably going to turn into a Knicks channel because, God, I love talking about this team. I love giving my opinion about this team, and I think I'm most knowledgeable about this team because I watch them all the time. I try to watch other games, but I'm definitely more involved in this one. Yeah, that's going to do it, man. Knicks are up 3-1 on the defending NBA champions, and if you told me that going into the series, I would call you crazy and I wouldn't believe you, but here we are. Please subscribe, please like, yada, yada, yada. Follow my socials. You can run, but you can't hide. Knicks in 5. I'll see you later.